Welcome. We're going to pay tribute to someone who is retired from acting. This guy deserves it.
Yes.
Don't want to think about when we lose this person. So we just wanted to discuss him now. Doubt he's ever going to do any other work because he said he might do something, but it would have to be in his living room.
Yes, he doesn't leave the comfort of his home.
Yeah. Gene Hackman.
Gene Hackman.
We are going to go through his entire catalog. So
he just turned 90 this year.
Fought two guys on a road rage, man. It was kicking their ass too till the third one jumped
I'm
in.
scared of him to this day.
But let's not waste time.
Okay, so early on in his career, like so many great actors, especially back then, got started in TV, did a lot of television. I'm going to skip all that. All this stuff's on IMDb if you want to check it out. We're going to go right to, near as I can tell, one of his first feature films was based off the book by James Michener's Hawaii, epic film about, if I'm not mistaken, the history of Hawaii.
Yeah, I never saw it.
So that's over 3 hours.
Jesus.
1966.
Wow.
Goes back to a little bit of TV again. Comes back in film in 67. Does First to Fight, war film, I'm guessing.
I've heard of that, but
really?
I never watched it.
Okay, I'm not familiar with it. In 67 again, he does A Covenant with Death. It must be a small film.
Sure.
In 67, again, so you can tell these are some smaller movies.
Well, not only that, they worked a lot harder back in the day.
Right.
And the movies came out quicker, but
good point.
Keep going.
67, he does Banning.
Nope.
Okay, so
I know this one.
Finally, in 67, he does one of the the great caper crime films of all time, Bonnie and Clyde.
Oh, okay. I never saw it.
Warren Beatty and
Warren Beatty. I have to check this out.
Yeah, early on in his career. I want to do this one justice here. Yeah, Faye Dunaway. So
cool.
Gene Hackman played, from what I understand, he played, I think, the brother-in-law. Okay. And they said that he really held his own as a young actor, nice. Opposite Beatty. So that was a 67. Did some more TV, The Invaders, Iron Horse, CBS Playhouse, I Spy,
Maybe this won't take long.
Okay, sorry.
No, it's great. Keep going.
Shadow of the Land. In 69, he does a film called Riot.
Keep going. Moving on.
In 69, he does The Gypsy Moths about, I don't know what you call them. They jump out of planes and they entertain people,
Gotcha. Yeah.
69, he does Downhill Racer.
No.
Okay. 69, he does Marooned.
No. 69.
1970. He does a film that I've seen parts of and I've always wanted to see. I Never Sang for My Father.
Okay.
Him and I forgot the guy's name now. I've seen him in Melvin Douglas, I think was the guy's name. And it's a strained relationship between the father and son.
Gotcha. Okay.
1970.
Okay.
71, The Doctor's Wives.
No.
Drawing a blank.
No.
The Hunting Party in 71. I've heard of that one, but I haven't seen it.
Okay.
That's the clincher.
Next.
1971. The French Connection.
Now this is where I've been introduced to.
Oh my gosh.
Roy Schneider.
Yeah, dude.
It's great.
Yeah. Fernando Rey is the Frenchman, the bad guy.
We get further down. I still need to see the sequel, but no, yeah, it was great. You like old, kind of cop, cat and mouse, watch it.
Yeah, and it's still got, to this day, one of the greatest chase scenes where he's driving that car and he's chasing the train underneath the subway.
Yeah.
This is one of my all-time favorite films all time. I love this movie, and I can't recommend it enough. Love The French Connection. I think it was William Friedkin directed it.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
Great.
Does the Cisco Pike in 71. No. Okay. Rowan and Martin's Laughing. I remember that show. 2 episodes of that.
Nope.
Okay. He did one called Prime Cut in 72. I think I've seen parts of this. It's one of those films you don't really... It's about the adult film industry and people who are roped into it that shouldn't be roped into it.
Okay.
That's a terrible film to watch.
Moving on.
In 72, it is The Poseidon Adventure.
I love The Poseidon Adventure.
Now, that I haven't seen.
That is great. It's about a ship. You could relate, I guess, to the Titanic only. I don't know where they're going, But Leslie Nielsen
Leslie
is
Nielsen.
the ship's captain. But a big tsunami wave basically knocks the ship upside down, and they got to go up to the bottom to get out.
I want to see this.
It's good. It's good. They remade it in 2006 with Kurt Russell and some other guy.
Not
The
as
only
good.
thing cool was it was a little more in depth and CGI
Sure.
and stuff with the ship flipping. But
Yeah.
no, the original Poseidon Adventure is great.
Martin Balsam's in that too. He's one of my
Yes.
favorite character actors from back then. So that was 72. In 73, he does one with, believe it or not, Hackman and Al Pacino did a film together. It's called Scarecrow. They're based. I want to say they're hobos. So, they're not necessarily con men, but they just go from place to place. They're drifters.
Okay.
And Hackman sort of looks out for Pacino. It's an odd little film. It's a quirky little movie. I recommend it if you like the two of them.
Okay.
So that was 73. 74, he does the conversation with, I think it was Francis Ford Coppola directed that.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
This is, and it's never been confirmed, but it's supposed to be a prequel to Enemy of the State with Will
Yes.
Smith.
Yeah.
I watched the first 20 minutes of this, and I never got back into it because my stupid self, I was looking at other things, and there's no dialogue for the first 20 minutes.
No.
So when you look up and you're kind of like, what's going on? So it looks like an odd film, but definitely one worth checking out.
Yeah, because Hackman in it, he plays a guy his whole life. All he does is his job, which is he listens to people. He works for, I don't know if they say it, maybe they say the agency, CIA basically, is who he works for. And the whole film, he just listens and listens. So he's very quiet throughout the whole movie. It's a study in like acting understatement. It was just great performance. This was 74. 74, he also did Zandy's Bride. I don't know.
Never seen it.
Got me. 74, he also does Mel Brooks' Young Frankenstein.
Oh, man. That's great.
Yeah.
We need to do something over Mel Brooks.
Frankenstein is
great.
heck yeah.
Yeah.
You can't forget, he played...
what did he play? He played...
the man that the Frankenstein monster goes to the house of.
That was great.
And he's blind, I think, and he spills coffee or something. I forgot what, but it's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Great.
So somebody, in 1975, does a great film, or is it a great movie, called Night Moves. I recommend that. It's like modern contemporary film noir, murder mystery.
Okay, cool.
Wonderful film, man. And Hackman's at the top form.
Gotcha.
1970s. 75, he does Bite the Bullet, Western.
Never saw it.
Same here. Okay, French Connection 2 in 75.
I need to see this. You brought the 2-pack over, but I never got to watch it. But yeah, it's definitely on my radar. I want to watch it.
Schneider doesn't return. John Frankenheimer instead of William Friedkin this time.
Then he goes to France.
He goes to France
to try to find the guy.
And I don't know the guy who plays his partner in it. He was a French officer. Mm-hmm. Wonderful job. This guy holds his own with Hackman. Dude.
Cool.
So that was 75. 75 again, he does Lucky Lady.
I heard of that. Never seen it.
The same here. In 77, he does The Domino Principle. From what I understand, it's like an action, suspense, conspiracy type film.
Never saw it.
I've heard it's sort of mediocre, but it's Hackman. I want to see it at some point. Oh, one of the great war films of all time. 1977, The Bridge Too Far.
I just seen that recently. There's a lot of actors in it.
Yeah.
It's good. I was really hoping Hackman was in it a little more.
Right.
But he definitely is memorable.
He plays a Polish commanding officer. Woohoo! One of my boys.
Great.
Yeah. So in 77, he does March or Die.
Never saw it.
I feel like I'm going to work, It's March or Die. Huh?
Yeah.
All right, 78. This one has been the cause of a lot of dissension and arguments. He plays Lex Luthor in Superman.
I know he's not the classic Lex Luthor. I get that. But he's a great adversary to Christopher
I
Reeve's
thought
Superman.
so, yeah.
I love it.
I thought he was great. I had an old friend of mine, Keith. He couldn't stand Hackman. He couldn't stand him.
I loved it. I loved it. And I loved it.
For as long as I live, when I think of Lex Luthor, I'll probably think of Gene Hackman.
Nobody's topped him yet.
No, that's right. I mean, Eisenberg couldn't do it.
He's doing okay, I guess.
Kevin
Kevin
Spacey,
Spacey did all right.
if they would have gone longer
Yeah,
with that
it would have been
franchise,
more
I mean,
memorable.
Yeah. So that was 78. In 80, he reprised the role Superman 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good too.
Yeah.
Those were the two really good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
81, he does All Night Long. I haven't seen it.
I'd heard of that. I don't think I've seen it though.
Also in 81, he does Reds, baseball. 81. Yeah, 81. I'm sorry, 81.
Some of the gun a little bit, aren't you?
Yeah. Is that a baseball movie?
Let me see.
Reds. Radical. American. Oh no, I'm sorry, not baseball. Communism. Sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Never saw it.
I've never seen it. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Eureka in 83. I don't know. I might have seen this. I can't remember off the top of my head. Under Fire in 83. I've seen it. He's opposite Nick Nolte in this.
Ooh, that'd be interesting.
It's pretty good. It's not bad. I think it's Nolte's vehicle more than Hackman. Hackman's got a supporting role, but it's a good film.
Okay.
It's a good movie.
Cool.
Two of a Kind in 83.
Nope.
Got me. I like this one. It's a bit of a guilty pleasure. Uncommon Valor
Nope.
in 83. It's one of those films where, okay, it's a bunch of, not mercenaries necessarily, but old war veterans get together to go back and get their buddies out.
Okay.
And you had a great team in there. Robert Stack, of all people, was in it.
Nice.
And he's the dad going back to try to get his son.
Cool.
Hackman's the leader of the team. You had Red Brown, Randall Tex Cobb, Fred Ward, I think.
Okay. You're naming people that nobody's going to know.
Cool movie.
Cool.
Love the film. It's worth a watch, at least once.
Great.
In 84, he does Misunderstood.
Never saw it.
In 85, he does Twice in a Lifetime.
Never saw it. I need to see some more Gene Hackman film.
In 85, he also does, and this would be worth watching, Matt Dillon, Target. Him and Matt Dillon.
I've heard of that.
Yeah.
Never saw it.
I don't think it got a very high rating, but I'd be willing to watch it. In 86, he did Power. It was the same director who did Network. I don't remember the guy off the top of my head. I forgot now. But yeah, I saw Power. Good film. Again, one of those films that's a little seedy, and there's not a lot of characters you like in it. Most of them are real pieces of work.
Great.
In 86, he does Hoosiers.
I haven't seen that all the way through, but yeah, the basketball coach.
Oh, man,
yeah.
great film. Hackman is a basketball coach. You got Dennis Hopper in there. What more can you ask for?
There you go.
Superman 4. We all make mistakes.
It was all right. It wasn't the best one. There was obviously a reason why it was the fourth best. But I enjoyed it. And then you had a young John Cryer in it.
That's right. He was in that.
His son, yeah.
Yeah, because he took the place Ned Beatty had dropped out.
Yeah,
The lackey.
So he brought his son.
Yeah.
And he's a lackey.
Yeah. You know who produced it, though?
Christopher Reeve was one of the producers.
Well,
he wanted to make the film.
Well, who put the film out?
No.
Cannon.
Great.
We need to do a video on Cannon, man. Cannon films.
Okay.
No Way Out in 87 with Kevin Costner.
That was all right. I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was all right.
And I think Will Patton, who usually plays a real good scumbag.
Nice.
Bat 21 in 88 with Danny Glover.
Oh, yes.
Somebody's caught, I think.
Somebody's coming.
Whoa, somebody's got. Yeah, no, not Bill Murray. No, Hackman's caught behind enemy lines. Danny Glover's, I think, the helicopter pilot trying to get him out.
Okay, gotcha.
Great film. Another Woman in 88.
No.
Split Decisions in 88.
No.
Boxing film. No. Full Moon and Blue Water in 88.
Nope.
But here's a good one. Mississippi Burning.
You just had me watch that recently.
Yes.
It's good. Yeah. William Dafoe.
Yep.
How can you go wrong with them two?
Brad Dourif, Yondu, Michael Rooker.
Yeah. It's not a great subject. It has to do with racism.
Yes, in this Deep South.
In the Deep South in the 60s.
Yeah.
But, Gene Hackman, just...
Frances McDormand.
Yeah, sure.
She was the one he was the love interest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good one.
Good film. The Package in '89, opposite Tommy Lee Jones, who in this is actually the bad guy.
I don't remember if I saw that. I know I wanted to see it.
In this, Tommy Lee Jones doesn't have a lot to say, but Gene Hackman, they don't share a whole lot of screen time together except for maybe the beginning and the very end. But it's a great action film, great espionage movie, suspense thriller. I recommend it. Now this one I think I actively avoided. Loose Cannons in 1990 with Dan Aykroyd.
I don't remember seeing that. I heard of it though.
Yeah, it's got a pretty low rating.
Nice. All right.
Yeah, it's real bad comedy from what I understand. Postcards from the Edge in 1990.
No.
This is one of my personal favorites. Not a huge film, but I loved it. Narrow Margin. Ann Archer and Gene Hackman.
Never saw it.
I thought you watched it, where he's on a train and he's got a protector, witness protection, and he's trying to move her around from different compartments.
Oh, I think you had me watch that.
Yeah. I like it. I mean, it's a sort of a self-contained film. It
was good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Nice little suspense thriller. Courtroom drama. Everybody's got to do a courtroom drama once or twice in their career in Hollywood. 1991 Class Action with Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio from The Abyss.
Nice.
Great film. They actually go up against, he's, I think, the defense attorney, she's a prosecutor. And the twist on this is he's her father. So it's father against...
You just gave away the whole film.
No, it's not. I mean, the twist. The twist...
Next.
Part of the... screw it. Company Business in 91. Good film about the Cold War. At the end of the Cold War in Russia.
Okay.
Unforgiven.
Oh, man. What can you say about Unforgiven? Again, it's one of those films.
Yes.
It'd be easier to say what you don't like.
Yeah.
Which is not
much.
Morgan Freeman, Clint Eastwood, really, to me, brought him back because he was kind of, lulling there.
Yeah.
And this really put him back on the spectrum.
Eastwood, directed it. And it's been called like a bookend, one of the sort of like, what would you say, Eastwood's anti-Western. It was about violence.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be violence, and it's him closing the book.
The only bad thing was the kid that was in it, that was supposed to be like his stardom, and he didn't do much after that, I don't think.
Yeah, I do remember something like that. Yeah.
But yeah, Unforgiven, great.
In 93 has a small supporting part in The Firm.
Firm is
John
great.
Grissom, yeah.
Yes. It's obviously Tom Cruise's vehicle.
Yeah.
But definitely, yeah. Oh, man. He takes a job at this firm. You think everything's great. They're doing all this stuff for you, but they have a dark side.
Yeah.
Very good, though. Suspense.
Yeah.
Very good.
The Oatmeal Man's in it, Wilford Brimley, and Tobin Bell.
Oh, wow.
Tobin Bell.
Great. Tobin Bell.
I like Tobin Bell.
Tobin Bell. You'll remember that.
Now, this is a personal favorite of mine because it's directed by a guy who's one of my favorite directors of all time, Walter Hill. It's Geronimo, the American, based on the Native American general.
Okay.
Gene Hackman's got a good sized partner. Robert Duvall's in it. Matt Damon, very young.
Cool.
Probably 20 maybe. Great Western.
20 maybe.
And it's a great epilogue about the Native Americans and the suffering they went through at the end of them being pushed out.
Gotcha.
So in '94 he plays the father of Kevin Costner. He does Wyatt Earp, which was the lesser received.
Oh, Tombstone obviously the more, but I've seen chunks of it. I haven't seen it all the way through.
I've seen it from beginning to end, and it's you can't compare. It's apples to oranges. You can't compare this to Tombstone. It's a longer film. It's more. It's a quieter movie, maybe a little bit more dramatic. It's not as visceral, in your face, shoot 'em up.
Not bringing hell with me.
Not like that. But
good.
I recommend it.
What I saw, I liked. I mean, I don't compare it to Tombstone, even though it's the same character, but it's good in its own right.
And just like Tombstone had the huge cast it does, in this you had a great ensemble cast. In fact, Dennis Quaid,
nice,
is Doc Holliday. Yes, I know, and I agree with Val Kilmer as Doc Holliday, but you should see Dennis Quaid as Doc Holly. I think it's unfortunate he wasn't given the credit he was due on that. In '95, he does another Western. This time, the main antagonist, he does A Quick and the Dead.
I haven't seen that. I know I've heard a lot about it, but I haven't seen it.
It's a passable way. It's Sam Raimi directed it, and he's known for his quick shots, very stylized type shooting. This Sharon Stone's the protagonist. You got Russell Crowe. You got all kinds of character actors in it. It's DiCaprio's in fact. He plays Hackman's son, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that.
Okay.
It is a good Western. I mean, you ain't gonna put it on your favorites. '95, he does Tony Scott's Crimson Tide, Submarine. You got to do a submarine movie.
Oh, of course. And we talked about this a long time ago. It's like our second video we did.
Denzel Washington, yeah.
It was on our top 4 list when we were doing top 4s. Again, it's a great film.
Yeah.
And you put those two together. Denzel, not necessarily in his prime, but pretty darn close, and holding his own against Gene Hackman. So
They ain't going very far.
No.
First, maybe 15, 20 minutes are actually on land, and the rest of the film they're in a submarine.
Yep,
that's it.
That's it.
So there's '95. In '95, he also does Robert Altman's Get Shorty.
I haven't seen that.
I saw it. I wasn't too crazy. I'm not a huge John Travolta fan personally. I like Rene Russo. Gene Hackman's cool. Danny DeVito's in it. Not my brand of humor.
Okay.
That's me. '96, he does The Birdcage.
Yeah, I've seen some of that. That's Robin Williams, right?
Yeah. Nathan Lane. I haven't seen that.
I've seen some of it.
Okay.
Moving on.
In '96, he does one. I mean, it's a passable thriller. It was Extreme Measures with Hugh Grant. It's basically there's a conspiracy in the medical field, like a virus and stuff. They're experimenting on the homeless.
Gotcha.
Pretty good film. Now this one's good. '96, he does The Chamber.
Haven't seen it.
Chris O'Donnell plays, I think, his grandson.
Okay.
Well, he goes. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but I think he goes to try to exonerate him or defend him, or something. And basically, Gene Hackman was a member of a prejudice group in the '60s, and he did a bombing and all that. So he's on death row.
Okay.
Great film. I think it's a courtroom drama too. Great movie. In '97, he does Absolute Power of Clint Eastwood.
And that's the one where he's a senator or something.
Yeah.
And a girl gets killed, and Clint Eastwood sees him.
Yeah. It's okay.
It's not great, but
No.
it's not bad either.
No, it's not terrible. It's not. Didn't Eastwood direct that?
I think he did.
It's not his finest work, but again,
It's not one of his worst.
No,
It's one of those middle of the road ones.
Yeah.
Let's just leave it at that.
In '98, he does. This is great. Twilight with Paul Newman and Gene Hackman.
I haven't seen that.
It's an excellent little murder mystery.
Okay.
Good film. Everybody's got to do an animated film. Ants.
The voice of the ants, man. There were a
The
lot of people.
general,
Yeah,
Stallone.
Oh man,
Sharon
Woody Allen,
Woody
Sharon
Allen.
Stone,
Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken, man. He was Gene Hackman's right arm man.
Yeah,
up until the end. Yeah. Ants, good little kid film, man.
Bug's Life beat it out at the box office.
I don't see how. I didn't like A Bug's Life. Ants
Yeah.
was always my favorite.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where somebody gets the upper hand. So in '98, he does Tony Scott's Enemy of the State,
which we had mentioned earlier. It's kind of a quasi sequel to the Conversation.
Yeah.
I love the film. I know it flew under the radar. One of Will Smith, breakout action roles. I think that was good.
It was good. And here Hackman's pushing 70, and he's keeping up
With a young Will Smith.
Yes. Yeah. Great film.
Yeah.
Love that film. In 2000, he does a small budget film, very claustrophobic, like 1 or 2 settings in this. It's called Under Suspicion. And he's being, interrogated, but investigated by Morgan Freeman about a murder.
I got to check that out.
Heck of a film, man. Love that movie. Sought it out more than once. Also in 2000, he does The Replacements with Keanu Reeves.
This is funny. It doesn't blow your socks off. It's not the worst movie in the world. It's a run-of-the-mill comedy. You got a young Jon Favreau in it. Orlando Jones, I think.
Oh, yeah. I remember Orlando Jones.
It's kind of based off of the NFL strike back in 85, 85, 86, I think, maybe 87.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
But they go on strike and they're going to replace them with replacement players. Blah blah blah. It's a comedy. It it's worth a look.
Yeah.
Light-witted comedy, nothing heavy, nothing dark, nothing, definitely worth a look.
So that was 2000. 2001, I think this is an uncredited cameo at the very end of the movie called The Mexican with
And
Brad Pitt.
I think I've seen it, not all the way through in one sitting, but I've seen most of it. It's okay.
Is it?
Yeah. I like Brad Pitt. And again, it's not, I don't seek out Brad Pitt, but I don't hate him. If he, I like him, but it's not one that I've wanted to sit down and say I'm going to watch from beginning to end. I don't remember Hackman in it, so I don't think I saw the very ending.
Okay. No, I've never seen it. I've just heard it. 2001, he does another comedy, does Heartbreakers.
Didn't see that.
With
Sigourney
Weaver.
Weaver,
Yeah. Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Yeah.
Supposed to be, and at this stage in his career, Hackman had openly admitted that he wanted to do more comedies, stuff like that, more romantic films. He was tired of doing
the action.
mysteries
crime,
and drama.
Yeah.
But yet in 2001, he does Heist.
I haven't watched this yet, right? You've been trying to get me to watch it.
See, again, it's, you know how every year...
Hold your breath, everyone.
No, I'm just saying that every year, I think it was a David Mamet film. He's got a very particular style of
everybody knows who David Mamet is.
Well, he did House of Cards.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody knows.
No, it was
that
not
too.
House of Cards. I think it was House of Cards. Anyway.
Who cares?
But anyway, the point is okay, so in every year we talk about like Tombstone, we talk about Wyatt Earp, Ants and Bugs Life. That year it was the score with Brando, De Niro, and Norton, and you had to match it up with Mamet's Heist. Now, granted though, but you had Hackman, Delroy Lindo, and Danny DeVito was the bad guy.
Cool.
Love this film, man. You gotta watch this. I own it.
Yeah, I want to watch it.
I want to watch it. Leave me alone.
Let's just keep going. Yeah, there you go.
Mr. Joshua.
We talked about that for an hour.
Royal Tenenbaums in 2001.
I started that. It just didn't appeal to me, and I stopped it.
Was it Sam Mendes who directed that?
I don't know.
It was Sam Mendes. Royal Tenenbaums. Let me find out.
Oh, come on.
Oh, come on. Wait, I just want to make sure. No, it was Wes Anderson.
Oh, yeah, that's
The
exactly
Aquatic
right.
Life of Steve Zissou. That's
And
what it
again,
was.
like everybody knows who the hell you're talking about.
Okay, so the Royal Tenenbaums, I personally liked it. It's not for everybody.
Definitely a weird one.
2001, it's a reversal of Bat 21. He does Behind Enemy Lines.
This is good. Really good.
Yeah.
It's Owen Wilson, which is weird. He's doing an action because he's really a comedy guy.
Right.
It was, I really enjoyed it. I remember seeing it at the theater. I liked it. He plays the general of a ship, and Owen Wilson's kind of he's kind of an outcast, whatever. Well, they end up getting shot down, and they're trying to get him home, and it's kind of the struggle. Well, I liked it. Probably one of Gene Hackman's last great roles.
He was good. Now Grissom, again, based on Grissom novel, Runaway Jury in 2003.
And I did see this, and I like John Cusack's in it. There's a lot of I did like it.
Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah.
And Hackman again plays a great scumbag antagonist very well.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And let's be honest, if that would have been his epilogue, if that would have been it,
that would have been great.
But
he had to finish with Welcome to Mooseport. And I haven't seen it. I don't really want to see it.
Now, Ray Romano, is he a great comedian?
I do love Ray Romano. I love Everybody Loves Raymond. I'm a fan of his. He did some stand-up specials a couple of years ago on Netflix. I'm just not, I don't know. It didn't appeal to me to watch it. Even though it is Hackman's last film, I like to look at it as Runaway Jury was his last one. And I'll be happy with that.
Yeah, and I think Hackman even said it was
because of that he retired. Thanks a lot.
Well, it's like Connery with was it League of Extraordinary
Gentlemen?
It was the worst filmmaking experience I've ever had.
I'm waiting to be impressed. That's all I remember from that film. But that's another one. But there's your catalog. And thing we should have said at the beginning, a lot of people, when it comes to Gene Hackman, you either love him or you hate him.
Right.
There's no in between. And I'm a big fan of his.
One thing you probably have to admit about too, I'm sure you would say so, that Hackman grew up in a time. It was at a time I know he went to, he roomed with Dustin Hoffman when they were going to acting school. I think Duvall too. The three of them, maybe three of the greatest actors. But the thing about Hackman is back then, he didn't have the looks, man. He didn't look like Tom Cruise or for anybody.
Well, the good thing is he came into the 70s. Now, if he came in the 80s, he would have been in trouble.
That's the problem.
But
Yeah.
so, there it is. Another long-winded one. But we wanted to honor him as sort of the way till, something happened, because he is a great actor. It's too bad he doesn't do it anymore, but, it's probably for the best.
Yeah.
Well, that's it.